Hey, what's going on, guys? Donovan here. Welcome back to the show. Thanks you, everyone, just for watching. I know I am not the popular um, side of YouTube or any video stream this is going across, but I make these videos to share my thoughts, reviews, reactions, my life stories, poetry, and any other thing that comes to mind in a good context. So thank you for watching me, and thank you for the comments and the feedback. I appreciate it very much. And with that, today, thinking about just the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and going into a new year. I wanted today to talk about family foundation and what that conversation means to me. And what I think about family, there's about 7 points I wanted to share, but number one, family isn't just who you're related to, it's who shapes you. And I think about that with blood family, adopted family, special friendships that become family, and of course, church family. And of course, blood family, people who are related to by blood, adopted family, the people who actually conceived you may have given you up, and others taking on the responsibility of love and sharing to take you into their family. They adopt you legally. Um, Special friendships that become family. Where can I begin? There's been uh, so many women who are like older sisters to me. Um, Many men that are like brothers to me. Um, there are some young girls that are like daughters to me. Some uh, younger men that are like sons to me, besides my biological. So family, it's not just who you're related to. It's so much more than that. Number two, family is messy, layered, and real. And whatever I mean by that, when you think about family, immediate family, those you live with, those who see your stuff every day, you see their stuff every day. Uh, there's close family, those who don't live with you, but you have special bonds, special friendships with, relationships with, because it's just like that. I have great aunts, uncles that we're just cool. We can kick it. Um, and the thing I like about that is, as you get older, as you become an adult, as your mindset changes, you can have more in-depth conversations with those people who know more about you, how you grew up, who raised you, and things like that. So it's great to have those close family relationships. Distant family, people you're related to, but maybe not that great to get along with. And you know what I mean. Just we all have our personalities, our personal demons, our issues that don't necessarily rub people the right way. They irritate others, and we need space. We love them, but we need space. They love us, but they need space. So it kind of goes both ways, that you keep a distance. You come together every now and then. You love each other, but you do kind of keep an emotional distance. Some family brings joy, some family brings pain, and that's just the honest truth about family. And being distant doesn't necessarily mean hate. It could be expressing wisdom, because there have been, hey, family members with alcohol addiction, drug addiction, all types of addictions, all types of just issues that you don't need to be front and center for. You care about them, you want to take care of them, you want to share things that will help them, but that doesn't necessarily mean being around them 24/7. Number three, family prepares you, sometimes well, sometimes painfully, for life among other people. It's your first community. The first community, what you learn about community, how to love, how to forgive, or how hard forgiveness can be, how conflict works, how trust is built or broken. It is about those things, and there's a joy and pain balance about it, because the joy part about it is that you have so many shared memories, shared meals, traditions, and laughter, inside jokes, moments that you can just bring up, and it just brings up maybe some embarrassment, but it brings up some fun times. The pain, the misunderstandings, and there's a lot of that, because you're talking about, well, I'll get into that in my next point, but a lot of misunderstandings that can bring judgment, that can bring anger, favoritism, absence, people just, for whatever reason, divorces, and how that gets to the child, how that gets to other family members. And another one, silence. When something happens, not saying anything, just letting it happen, and not standing up for a family member, not speaking truth, not standing up. Number 4, generations at work. Sorry, I couldn't come up with a better subtitle than that, but generations at work, how childhood to adulthood, we go through a lot. As a child, family forms us. As an adult, family reveals us. We learn so many things as children. It comes out as we're adults, and we have a chance to work it out in order to hold things together, in order to keep unity in the family, to keep love in the family, or let it go apart. The great thing about all that is that you have people in the family that are pillars of the family that hold it together. I think about my grandfather, wisdom tree of the family. I think about my mother, wisdom tree in the family. Just not really beat me up with stuff, but just she would speak words that would just cut you, and gentle words that will make you think. And Granddad was kind of sterner, silent generation, but he was the same way, where I would state something and he would ask me a question. It would just cut you. Pillars in the family. I have aunts. I have a great aunt that who really just shares with me the family history. I mean, back to the slavery days, back to really some parts of history of the family you really don't think about or really didn't know. That great aunt, it really helps me with that. I have an aunt that really shares with me how I grew up as a child, and the bad things I did, because she babysat me, and just from childhood to adulthood, just to maturity, and I would say just the respect in the generations. Think about how the generations overlap, how you have the parents, the grandparents, the children, you got the cousins, the first cousins, the second cousins, and you seeing all this just, it's this humanity growing and forming, evolving. It's like that. It's keeping the family going. But it's hard, especially around this time, when you think about those pillars. The pillars are gone. You know, those pillars who helped bring us up, bring me up, they're gone. And so you got to realize that they're gone, and now it's time for you to carry it. It's time for you to carry the truth, um, this the strength of what the family is and what it has, because in today's society that has been watered down so much about what a man provides in the family, in the household, what a woman provides, the place of the children, is so much of an independent, we don't need each other type society, and that kills the family. That kills the family. It doesn't help the family any. It kills the family. It brings about a sense of independence, that we're even independent of God if we're not careful. Which brings me to number 5. What we decide, we decide what continues and what stops with us within our families. If there was any wrongdoing, any abuse, anything that happened on your level from a child, and then you become an adult and you have a family, do you want to continue that? No, I don't. I don't. Do I want to have discipline? Do I want to have teaching right and wrong and putting God in the family? Definitely. Do I want to beat it into you? No. Do I want to beat it into me? No. So we have to think about what were the good things, and keep practicing those things. What were the bad things? Are we looking at them in a bad way? Really to think about our legacy and responsibility in the family. Every generation carries the family tree forward. Legacy isn't just your last name, photos, stories. It's also values, faith, healing what is broken. And I have to say it is. It's deep as I think about it, but I was so looking forward to who the glue was in the family. Now you have to realize that I'm the glue, that you're the glue. We're the new old people now, so to speak. That we need to be the glue in the family. We need to bring the values, bring the faith, bring the healing. What is broken, because that's not only our legacy and responsibility, it's a duty to God, I believe. Number 6, hopefully I'm not getting these points crossed up, but number 6, family is part of your essence. Whatever you embrace, whenever you embrace it, whether you embrace it, wrestle with it, or rebuild it, it's a part of your essence. It's a part of who you are. I think about my dad, biological dad, and I think about my stepdad. I grew up with my stepdad in the house. Now You can imagine not growing up with your actual biological dad in the house. Um, some of you have had that challenge. For some of you, it's been an honor. Um, but regardless, family shapes us. Your understanding of love, your strength, your fears, your origin story is the essence of who you are. Even the broken parts teach us something. So think about that. Like I said, I think about my dad, my stepdad, the contrast, um, what it did for me growing up, and how I apply that now, raising my son, and it's totally a different ball game with society today. But like I said in the last point, keeping the values, keeping the faith, and healing what is broken helps me to keep moving forward, and hopefully it will help you to keep moving forward as well. Number 7, it's just a fact. God meets us in our family story. Not after it's perfect. He meets us where we're at in our family story. And I think you know what I mean by that. We have some good families, we have some jacked up families, and God comes in through us to try to sort out all the mess, to bring in the reconciliation, to bring in unity, to bring in the actual true love that we need to apply in our families. I think about our our relationship with family often affects how we see God, how we trust, how we love. So God working through that, and sometimes in spite of that, helps fill in the gaps of support, of healing, and belonging, because you can have a family and not have the feeling of belonging, not have just the thought of belonging when you think of family. But when you think about God, we belong to Him, and He shares that with us every day, that we belong to Him. And once you realize that, you change, you grow for the better. Remember, God meets us where it's at, where we're at. We're not perfect, but from that point, we can continue to change and grow. To sum it up, guys, family isn't perfect, but it's powerful. It's where we learn who we are and who we're becoming. It's where our story begins. And of course, it doesn't have to end up that way, but that's where it started. I wanted to ask you guys two questions. What did family teach you? What has family taught you? That's number 1. Share down in the comments. I would love to know. And what are you passing on? Thinking about the 7 points I shared. What are you passing on? What have you learned from family? What are you passing on? Because you could be at the point where you have a family now, and you had to look back and say, okay, what did I learn? What did I heal from? What am I going to pass on? Things like that. So those 2 questions: what did family teach you? And what are you passing on? I would love to know down in the comments what your answers. And you don't have to get too personal, or just share a brief thing, and I'll answer you back. But I would love to know. And I really bring up those two questions around this time because as we go through the holiday season, as we enter a new year, God willing, I think those are two questions to really think about. And what are we going to bring into the new year? We're going to bring into Christmas thinking about those things. We're going to bring into tomorrow, God willing. We're given it to do that. So that's my video for today, guys. I'm sorry if it's too long, but it was just on my mind to share that about family foundations. And like I said, if you like my content, like, comment, subscribe, so you can know when I drop the next video. And from my family to yours, have a Merry Christmas. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Donovan out. Peace.